All right. Got my chat. And yeah, let's get into the game. Do a private game here. Double check that we are in fact live here. Take a look. Let's see here. Outstanding. We are indeed live. Okay, let's get back into our game.
I've not set foot in glorious Kurast for many years, but I never would have imagined it could be so corrupted. Certainly this must be Mephisto's work. You'd best get going, my friend. Diablo and Baal are still out there, and you must find them.
So let's just go through and talk to all the townspeople.
You now speak to Ormus.
Unfortunately, I already spoke to Heratli and Mashif.
Sinking vessel.
So you guys don't get to see those until we get to Nightmare.
Ormus and doubt in yourself. Ormus sees a strange dichotomy in you, as he does in all would-be heroes. Speak to him, and he may grant you wisdom in turn. Or turn from him and seek wisdom in thyself. Yes?
Talk to Bootylicious here.
Hello there. You must be a great adventurer.
Oh, hi.
Coming here.
How you doing?
My name's Ashira, and I lead the mercenary band of mages known as the Iron Wolves. We've been hunting down demons in the jungle for months, but no matter how many of them we kill, they just keep coming. Seems this whole place has been overrun by evil. Rumor has it that you've come here to help. If that's true, then I'll let you hire some of my mercenaries. But be careful. If you piss them off, they can be worse than those monsters out in the jungle. Good day.
I don't know of a time when you actually really want to hire her mercenaries. I think I've only seen like a couple of builds that actually say that they would be the most optimal. Same thing with the Act 5 mercenaries.
Damn it! I wish you people would just leave me alone. Oh, you're a necromancer, aren't you? I've heard that your kind use powerful potions and such to wake the dead and control spirits. I'd love to discuss what components you use sometime. I am Alcor the Alchemist. I dabble in potions and salves myself, and I can sell you some if you really need them. Feel free to drop by anytime. Greetings.
Alright, let's go talk to the assassin lady. The one and only time you can talk to her, for whatever reason. Natalia. She was a nice foreshadowing of the Lord of the Destruction expansion set.
Greetings, hero. I've heard of your exploits and I'm quite impressed. Very few mortals are capable of dealing with the three and their minions as you have. My name is Natalia. I am a hunter of evil, part of an ancient order sworn to hunt down corrupted sorcerers. If I could, I would gladly join your quest to stop the three. But I must wait here for further news. I can't predict what will happen, but the danger is greater than we can know. Until I receive my orders, I'll assist you with the information I have. Good day.
Like, you would talk to her about the stuff.
My order has been keeping watch over Ormus for many years now. He seems to champion the cause of good, but who knows what shadow lurks within his soul.
I've got a lot of shadows in my soul there, sweetheart. Alright, let's go talk to Heratli.
Good day.
Alright, we're all repaired up. We're gonna go back to Act 1 and get some skellies. So even though my stream is still acquiring some people, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Blizzard condensed their Asian servers, and I think when they did that, they reset the ladder. Because normally the way it works, I think it's like every May and November is when the ladder resets happen. And, you know, starting off in, say, early mid-December, I was okay with that, right? We created ladder characters. And after that last stream that I did, that I actually had to end a little prematurely, I found out I was no longer playing ladder characters. It really fucking pissed me off, but it is what it is. We are playing on just normal hardcore, right? So no ladder. So we are not going to have access to some of the ladder uniques and the ladder rune words and whatever. Also, to give you guys a heads up, I did quite a bit of magic finding, some MFing, and I leveled up my character. For instance, we're level 23 right now, and I also found a whole bunch of good stuff. So we've got Blood Crescent. I made a stealth out of a superior chainmail because it's got to be superior. Most of the stuff is still kind of the same. I did get a magic finding, amulet. Got Cyrus's Iron Stay here, and I found a Nagel Ring. And not a bad. I mean, not a bad Nagel Ring. 26% isn't too shabby. Let's see, what else? I went ahead and I completely forgot about bone armor, so I actually got a 1 point into that, and we can get up to 5 skeletons and 4 skeletal mages. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, just to give you guys a heads up, I have my Magicide character, which is my Amazon. I'm keeping her as my mule character. I actually created a barbarian, and I made the character permanent. And unfortunately, well, my barbarian is a ladder character, but my Amazon is not, because I created her right before that server merge thing. And so she has all of my stuff. Somebody, when I very first started this account, somebody actually dropped some Immortal King gauntlets. So I do have those on her. I will not be using those. This character is 100% strictly self-found. So just to give you guys a heads up, just to let you know, I'm being completely honest here. And, you know, not gonna, like, water down my character with, like, tradables and everything else. So if you see me, I used to have, like, a whole bunch of runes, and I transferred them all over. As a matter of fact, I still need to transfer this stuff. So let's go to Act 1 here and get us some skillies. And then we'll proceed with Act 3. Just need a couple more. Oh, nice. We can actually do the Countess right now if we wanted to. So I'm thinking, since we're playing hardcore, that we should probably potentially max out bone armor. It's kind of a necessary skill. Come on, spit out your guys, Dark Wanderer. Okay, we're full up there. I used to hate Act 3. I'm actually finding Act 3 to be more enjoyable later on in life. I don't know, there's just something about it that I really enjoy. Although I do have to say that some of the quests are actually kind of annoying, because you have to, like, find the, the golden statue, and there's another one I think you have to require a drop of some kind. There we go. I get it the first try.
Statue.
Nice. Perhaps I can trade this for something.
Let's see here. We can use some health. So I do want to micromanage my potions, because now we're going to start to see the greater health and greater mana potions. I would really like to actually get like some sort of like caster weapon, but I haven't found one. Same thing with my shield. I've got all like this melee gear when it comes to that, and I just haven't found anything good enough to replace it with. As a matter of fact, I had that falchion, or falchion. I had that, and I found the blood crescent, and I decided to go with the blood crescent instead, even though it was, strictly speaking, worse. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those guys that breathe fire, do a lot of damage. So I got some bad news for you guys, for everybody here in the United States, is that the fucking FCC and goddamn asshat Ajit Pai are trying to gut net neutrality, and they won their vote today, but it's still got to go through Congress. Some fucking scary shit, man. I'm telling you. I was sitting there thinking doom and gloom for the past couple weeks, like I was going to end up having to cancel my channel because, you know, all these big mega conglomerate telecommunications companies were going to basically make it impossible for streamers, or for just a person like me. I'm just doing YouTube videos, really. I just stream every once in a while. It's fucking scary. But it's going to take them a little while before they actually end up doing anything. I think I needed to go in the arachnid later. I don't remember if I had to. Maybe you had to get, like, different pieces of something. That was the other thing about Act 3 that kind of sucks, is actually finding all the waypoints. Because Act 3 is pretty big. It's long. So why don't we actually take the opportunity to turn this quest in. Yeah, it really sucks about the whole FCC net neutrality thing.
Good to see you.
It's devastating, man. This whole goddamn presidency has just been one travesty after another.
Back in Loot Galen,
Awful.
Meshif told me he had a fondness for jade figurines. On his trading voyages, he collected an odd assortment of such small statues. I would show him your figurine.
I don't want to show him my figurine. Let's go to Ashira and show her my figurine. How about that? She seems like a better prospect.
Praise you. That jade figurine will complete the set I was collecting. Here, I've had this statuette of a golden bird for years, but I consider it a fair exchange.
And then you gotta go to, was it Alcor? And then he mixes for you a potion. It's my favorite line out of this entire game.
The golden bird of Quile?
Quile.
Thank you, my friend.
I love
Busy
it.
yourself while I experiment with the ashes within it. Then return and see what I've made for you. Hello! From the ashes of Quile, I have mixed for you a potion.
From the ashes of Quile, I have mixed for you a potion. Get some extra life there. I love that line. I don't know why. There's something about it. There's something about the guy that actually kind of reminds me of like an Indian version of Yoda.
Never forget that your ultimate purpose here in Kurast is to destroy Mephisto. The ancient Horodrim imprisoned the Lord of Hatred inside the Guardian Tower that is located within the temple city of Travancore. Know this, friend. The only way to gain entry to Mephisto's prison is to destroy the artifact known as the Compelling Orb. Mephisto used this device to control the Zakarum priests and their followers. The orb can only be destroyed with an ancient flail imbued with the spirit of the one incorruptible priest. Soon after his imprisonment, Mephisto worked his evil corruption on the Zakarum priesthood. all were turned to his dark ways, save one, Khalim, the K-Hagen of the High Council. Mephisto directed the other council priests to slay and dismember Khalim, and then scatter his remains across the kingdom. The priest Sankador
Sorry, I've got some cats that are being naughty.
Khalim as K-Hagen, eventually becoming the embodiment of Mephisto here on the mortal plane. The corrupted High Council fashioned an orb to control the rest of the Zakarum faithful, and used their powers to hide the lair of their master from mortals. Your task is to collect the scattered relics of Khalim, his heart, his brain, and his eye. Then, using the Horodric Cube, transmute Khalim's flail with his relics. Once this is accomplished, you must destroy the compelling orb with Khalim's will to open the way into the corrupt sanctum of Mephisto.
So I do have to say that when you actually create Khalim's flail, it's actually a pretty decent starter weapon. So it's like if you were ever planning on playing like an alt or whatever, and you really needed some weapons to start off with because, you know, your MFing percentages suck, it's a pretty decent weapon to start off with. Let's talk to Armis. I think he actually gives us the quest for the Gidbin.
Good evening.
Or he doesn't. Not yet, anyways. Oh, so what was the deal here? I don't remember if I actually had to go into the arachnid layer. I think I did. Because one of the pieces, I think, is in here. I think. If I remember right. Yep, no, I mean, it's more experience and more chances to actually get some stuff. Khalim's eye that's in here. Nice, we're starting to get some rares. Notice that the little bit of magic finding percentage that I do have is actually paying off pretty good. Excuse me. Maybe I'm wrong. And I'm pretty sure the chest was actually supposed to contain the piece. I don't remember if it was this place. Maybe it wasn't. Just do a little bit more looking around. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Gidbin, the knife for the second quest of this act, I think it was just like a random drop. But it had to be from those the little ratmen thing. Little guys with a big knife. Those little bastards hit hard too. So I think in the interest of self-preservation, I'm going to max out bone armor, or at least get close to it. Because later on, in the higher difficulties, man, you're gonna really need some sort of damage reduction. I mean, other than higher resistances. Yeah, these guys, the finishes. That's why it's so nice to have a lot of minions, because it gets to tank all this damage. Just replace your skeletons as you need. I don't want to go to the Great Marsh just yet. At least we know where it's at. That's one of the hard things about this place is that, like I was saying, it's just so long. It's really hard to find stuff. And oftentimes it's usually like one of these little side paths back into the jungle. Look at that scroll of identify. Some really nice fire resistance. I think I'm going to replace that one with the large charm. The grand charm, as it were. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to max out some bone armor, or at least get close to it. I think the number of skeletons that we have right now is fine for a while. Although, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to actually pump a few skill points into skeleton mastery, just to make them a little bit beefier. It'd be really nice is actually find something that I can craft, you know, like some superior gear. Create a couple rune words would be nice. It'd be really nice. I'm really surprised, you know, because the last Zoomancer build that I made, it was like the game was being very kind to me. You know what? It always seems to be that way. It's like if you were to create a barbarian, it's like, you know, you go out there and the type of gear that the enemies end up dropping, sometimes, you know, has a higher chance, it seems like, to drop barbarian-specific gear. The same thing goes with the other classes. But for whatever reason, it's not like that anymore. Getting some pretty nice experience here. Don't mind spending a little extra time here. With the exception of the Trebinical. Mephisto itself is easy. It's usually the council members that really suck. And by the way, let me know if these the sound effects are still a little high. I know I've had to adjust the volume before. So here's the flare jungle. Don't want to go there yet either. So I think what we're going to have to do, I'm going to explore this area over here first. Which is either going to put me on the eastern edge of the flare jungle, or it's going to put me on the northern edge of the Great Marsh. You know what else would be really nice to find is a gull. Get that beautiful MF percentages. I'm surprised my skeletons are actually living this long. Spider cavern. That's the one that I wanted. This is the one that actually has the thingamabobber. Like I was saying, I think it's the eye. Greater healing.
Thanks.
Let's get rid of all these garbage potions. Mana shrine. And I was right. I was correct.
I can't carry anymore.
You know what? Fuck it.
Hello. Ah, Khalim's eye. Only it can reveal the true path to Mephisto. Place the eye in the Herodric cube along with Khalim's other relics. The heart, the brain, and the flail.
Search for Khalim's brain in the flared dungeon. Right. It's actually not too shabby. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna pass it off onto my mule. I am running out of space here, so I may need to do a quick exfer. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Let's go and whatchamacallit, look for the Great Marsh waypoint. What are you doing there, fool? Get in that hole. So go back to the Great Marsh. I'll get its the waypoint. And I guess we'll create a new game so I can spend enough time, and then I'm gonna do a quick transfer. Need to clear out my inventory a little bit. The problem with what I'm doing with crafting all these gems is that some of the recipes actually call for some of like the mid-tier gems. I don't remember which ones, but it's always good to keep a couple on hand. But right now I'm just getting up to that point where I can get perfect gems. Pretty sure this leads me to the Flare dungeon. Jungle. That bone armor sucks. It doesn't absorb shit. I'm serious, man. It only absorbs like 20 health, or 20 damage. It's terrible. So if I go that, well... I can just go around this way. Double back. Or not. Well, shit on me, it doesn't actually connect. It's quite disappointing. I'm gonna have to go this way. And I can go around. Awesome. So this should be like the northern portion of the Great Marsh. Just want the waypoint. Losing a couple more peeps. Can't have a party without them.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes, we can. No, we can't. I need to just sell some of this shit.
Good day.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
Greetings.
I have a lot of garbage charms. Some of them are okay. Actually, you know what? They might be better than one we have. No. No, it's not. Well... see, this is the problem, is that you have like these, the uniques, like low-level uniques and low-level rares like this. And you don't want to give them up because they have all these modifiers. But then you have a helmet that's got a better defense to it. It's like, what do you do? I'm gonna be greedy. Let's see here. Not really trying to hoard the full rejuvie potions. I swear I'm not. It's just nice to have at least a few in your inventory. So that way when you use them, you actually have a backup stash of them. Kind of like the way I treat my larder here at home. I almost forgot. Pay attention there, son. Superior ring mail. Selling that one socket. So it seemed like there for a while I was getting some pretty boss experience, but not anymore. Been kind of lackluster. Looks like I cannot go around, or can I? No, it's a trap. It's a trap. Gotten really lucky here with this version. Normally this is a pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna get the one waypoint and then kind of take it from there. I need to replace one of my skeletons. Oh, look at that. Nice. I was sitting there bitching about the experience. There we go. As much experience as we can out of this. Oh, look at that, a superior master. Come on, please tell me we got some stuff. Someone got one socket. Such a letdown. Garbage. You know, what I would do is I would identify it and then actually just bring it into town and sell it, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. Not like I'm strapped for cash or anything. I do have to say it's kind of disappointing, you know, we're like leveling up our henchmen, but then when it comes to the nightmare iteration of it, I'm gonna immediately replace them. Because the nightmare versions have different auras, and if for whatever reason the ones in hell are the same exact as the ones in normal. I don't remember if that has a runeword attached. So I created that guide. I can take a look. I actually have the guide open, but I'm not going to look at it yet. I'll just keep it on my person. Shit. Raising the wrong skeletons here. Man, all kinds of goodies here. Sweet, sweet mana. Oh, yes. That's the one benefit of actually having a melee weapon is I can actually go in there and do some damage. Help out my my minions. It's always a good day when you can relax at home with some Diablo 2 and a couple cold ones. Nice relaxing evening. I say that and then my character dies. Thereby pretty much eliminating all of the progress I made. Do have to say that that would be a rather anticlimactic end. That's why we gotta play cautiously. The other thing I'm probably going to need to do eventually at some point is probably dump a few points into Golem Mastery because my Golem just gets crushed. And we do want him to be like our nice and tanky. This is what I'm talking about, man. This place is so goddamn long. I'm gonna actually end up going through the entire Great March, and we're gonna end up in the cities. Like the Flare dungeon was just a complete waste of time and a dead end. That'd be kind of stupid. where is this thing? What we're looking for is like the little inlet. Kind of like where the dungeons were. The spider cavern and the arachnid lair. Just not finding one. There's just been like straight lanes. How many sockets does this thing have? Only one, okay. Maybe one of these days that the guide that I made for runes and rune words, maybe one of these days I'll publish it. The problem is there's a lot of information I just kind of copied and pasted from Ariat Summit, just for ease of access, you know, the information, because I wanted to consolidate all the information in one place. And it's like, I don't really want to plagiarize it. Plagiarize Ariat Summit, that is, or Ariat Summit. Otherwise, maybe I was also thinking about like actually putting it up on like Google Docs and just letting anybody download it and having like a link in all of my live streams descriptions, so that way anybody can use it and enjoy it. Although I don't want to like oversell it, but I know it is somewhat controversial, because a few people are like, that's totally unnecessary. Why the hell would I do that? Basically, it's like, you know, if you want to create a rune word, especially like low-level rune words are probably the ones that you want to watch out for. There's a lot of like gear doesn't have level requirements. A lot of low-level gear doesn't. And oh, there we go. Finally. So basically, it's like if like I created stealth, right? Stealth is Tal and ETH. Tal's got a level requirement, I think, of 17, and then ETH has got a level requirement of 15. So if you're using it in a piece of gear that has no level requirement, the level requirement of your rune word is going to be the highest level rune that was part of the recipe, which would be Tal, which is 17. So it only makes sense that if you look at the gear list, that you would match it up with a piece of armor that matched that level. And it just so happens that, like, I think breastplate and chainmail are the two that you really want to use. Those are the ones that like match up in like level.
Yes.
Because it wouldn't make sense if you got yourself like some like leather armor. Would you make a stealth out of that? Because you're not going to be able to use it until level 17. Just doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
Yes.
And I know I said it in a previous stream that you'd probably want to do it with a, say, like your caster gear. It's okay. All right, so let's get that out of here. I need to create a game. I have no idea what happened to the actual music, but for whatever reason, after this last like ladder reset, actually it happened just earlier today. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I don't get any more of the big dramatic music. Let's see here. We'll call you there. And if you please excuse me, I'm gonna actually look at my guide here. Let's see here. I have it opened up right there. I think it's because I have that one spear, the Volga. I want to make sure that it's not something that I could potentially craft with. I mean, I could make something with it, but I want to make sure that it's not something that I can actually want to make with it. It doesn't look like it. So, time to sell that garbage. One less thing that I have to worry about transferring. Let's see here. Now that I got some extra space. look at that. Flawless skull. Excellent. Let's see here. Put that down there. Shitty jewel can go there. And the rest of the stuff. I don't know why I'm keeping some of like these, like some of the stuff. I guess it's just in case I feel like making an assassin. I mean, it's just kind of a what if type of thing.
I can't do that here.
So we got to time it. All right, well, onward to the flared jungle. We're gonna make a little bit more progress here. I'm gonna actually come back to the. Actually, maybe this might be a bad idea. Let's go get a couple of skeletons, nice and easy. And then we'll go back to Act 3 and continue to explore there. Alright, that looks good. Let's go back. I know I need one more mage to max myself out. It's fine. Pick him up some other time. Like say now. Still need to do the flare jungle, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking, and we're gonna have to go through all this nonsense of the jungles. Like I said, I'm gonna really need to do that. Okay, let's get a scroll of identify. I always like to have at least one just on the fly in case I get like a charm. So that way at least, you know, I get the benefits of the charm until I go back to town and potentially sell it. Even if it is, you know, garbage. As long as I'm not, like, hurting for inventory space. And just to give you guys a heads up, as is par with the course, I, usually around, like, the hour mark, hour and a half, something like that, I get up and take my constitutional, my union break. Maybe grab some more refreshments, relieve thyself. Things like that. That is quickly approaching here. So if I leave for like a couple of minutes, I'll let you guys know. I mean, should be no secret. Okay, there we go. Flare jungle. That's what we want. We don't want to go back there. So our next piece is over here. Which, if I remember correctly, it was like a like an actual like dungeon. It was like some sort of like sewer type thing. Little things. You know, the one thing I like about this build is that it's fairly easy going, but the other thing I like about it is that it's not like gear dependent. Like, you don't really have to go out and get all like this max level gear. You have to have like this gear progression chart or something like with some other builds. Although, what the hell am I talking about? Nobody plays this game anymore. I mean, there is a sizable amount of people that still play. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to make it sound like there isn't. It's just like most of the people that play this game, I think, are playing with like bots and map hack and some of the other bullshit. So it's like when it comes to like you know, theory crafting, I really hate that term. When it comes to like that kind of stuff and you know, stat progression and trying to macromanage everything, like, I don't think most people do that anymore. At least I don't think so. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like a lot of the people that come back to play Diablo 2 are like the type of people that just need to like kind of scratch an itch, and once that itch has been scratched, they just kind of like, you know, they'll play for a little while and then they'll just go piss off and not come back. God damn it, this is exactly not where I wanted to go. Yeah, let's get Magicide intoxicated. Watch him drink and drive the internet. Or at least drink and drive Diablo 2. What's this? Oh, it's ethereal. Especially when it comes to your minions. It seems like they struggle, the AI struggles. I was never really a big fan of that. I think we're here. No, I think this is the Gid bin. When you start to see these little spiky huts, you know you're about to get the Gid bin. So, excuse me, once you pick it up, there's like a unique mob that appears. And then it actually drops it. There it is, right there. That's where it spawned. Do we have any mana potions? I heard an amulet. Oh. Want to double back just for a second, make sure that the actual flared dungeon wasn't over here. I don't think I've ever seen them spawn on top of each other. Like, I think that this area over here isn't like unique if you look at the mini map. I know it's kind of hard to see because you got all my little peons and everything, but I think the Gid bin, it'll spawn in an area like this and you won't see the flared dungeon as a part of it. At least I think so. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't remember. Oh. It's right next door. So here we are. We're like in some sort of like sewer dungeon kind of thing. We gotta go to level 2 to actually get the brain. The pinky and the brain. The pinky and the brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. That's pretty old school, isn't it? How long has it been since you heard that? My mages, man, they like, their AI pathfinding or the pathing sucks. It's like they constantly just get in the way with like complete disregard for their own safety. My skeletons just like randomly spawn over here. Goes all my mages.
Not enough mana.
Fine, I guess I'll use a potion. Watch out, man. Those little bastards hit pretty hard. And just like the jungles themselves, the Flare dungeon can be fairly large. It's definitely a work of love to get to this area. Uh-oh. Hold up. Looks like my stream is, Wait, what's going on? Are we still live? It says I'm still live, but I'm not getting a feed. Well, according to this, I'm still live. I don't know if I'm just getting some sort of weird error. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, everything else says I'm live. I don't get it. I don't know. I'll investigate this in a moment. Let's get back into a game here. You never want to leave your game just idle like this in the middle of a dungeon. That's a good way to kill off your hardcore characters. I mean, it still says I have some people watching, so I mean, there's always that. Obviously, my stream didn't completely go down. I have no idea. Okay, shit, I gotta backtrack all the way up there. You know what? Actually, let me check something just real fast here. Okay, well, that's not the problem. So it still says I'm live. Let me refresh this. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so we're good to go. For whatever reason, it wasn't giving me my letting me know that I was actually still streaming. A little spooky there. Might be the ISP's already getting to work after the whole net neutrality thing. It's a fucking disaster, I'm telling you. I'm pissed off, but I'm not surprised. You know, there was back when the whole net neutrality thing was first starting to come around. Was it back in like 2015? There was a really good cracked.com article about that, and the author of it said that it's not going away, and this is something that we're going to continually have to fight, and we're probably going to eventually lose. And it's just so funny how portentous that was. Prophetic. I mean, it's not really prophetic. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Knew it was going to happen. With the current shit show of an administration that we have, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. I really didn't want it to happen. It sucks that it did happen. But apparently there's supposed to be a whole bunch of lawsuits, and it's supposed to go through Congress again. Or it's supposed to go through Congress. So who knows? We'll see. Not holding my breath there. It's unfortunate. Maybe we'll get lucky here and actually just find the whatchamacallem, the shits, the treasure box. The one that actually has the brain. So I think after I find the brain, we're gonna go back to town. I mean, well, I'll do that anyways, but I'm gonna take a quick break afterwards. Big stacks of money sitting here. What do my boots look like? Shit. Place some skeletons. And that guy. And that. Perfect time for that, whatchamacallit? The shrine. That's why I don't like to use them. I see a lot of people just like compulsively just use the shrines, even though they don't need to use it. Then they get screwed. I try to save them. I mean, unless of course it's like a skill shrine or a combat armor shrine, something like that, experience shrine. Getting all these like wonderful superior weapons and armor. Only have one socket though. So I was wrong. It's Flare Dungeon level 3. Did we find the waypoint for the Flare Dungeon? I don't remember if we did or not. I don't think we did. Which means I'm gonna need to hunt around for it. Get back up to the surface. Just looking for the treasure box. Where are you? Come on. I'm not complaining. I mean, it's extra experience points. It's always good. So that way I don't have to struggle so far when we actually get into the bosses later on in this act. Okay. Big empty spaces here, not a lot of enemies. Kind of intense when I have to sit there and build multiple skeletons. Definitely labyrinthine. It's gonna be over here in the corner, isn't it? Made me explore the entire goddamn maze. Go get him, guys. I didn't didn't get shit. Yep, it is going to be in the corner. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it?
This is most fortunate. Khalim's brain knows Mephisto's weakness. Place it in the Herodric cube along with Khalim's other relics. The eye, the heart, and the flail.
Yep. Okay, so we have the Ginbin. Let's go talk to Ormus.
You have done well, noble hero. Ormus congratulates you. The old spirits of Skatsim will watch over you for returning their sacred blade. Now, after all these years, Ormus will once again use his powers to protect the innocent from the shadow. The spell that protects the dark side shall now be reinforced.
Hello.
This magic ring does me no good. Here, wear it proudly.
Alright, so what'd you give me? I mean, it's pretty shitty.
Greetings.
But it is a normal difficulty ring, so, I mean, can't really complain too much from that. So I would like to replace some of these small charms for stuff that actually has double modifiers. I really don't want to get rid of these resistance charms. Fire resistance. That one's kind of shite. So we'll get rid of that one. There. Nice, easy choice to make there. Let's see here. I have a couple chippies. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a break here, and I'll be back in a few moments. It's gonna be like 5-10 minutes or so, and we'll be back with our stream, and I'm going to transfer most of this shit here, like say this stuff. I really don't need any kind of flawless gems that I have. I'm gonna get rid of them. My my mule can have them, and then I'll get rid of this stuff as well. So go ahead and put that in there. Same thing with that. So I will be back momentarily. Okie dokie. Let's get back into our game here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to Act 1 here and start dropping some of our stuff. What do you mean it doesn't fucking match? Isn't that funny? Oh my god. Am I gonna lose all that stuff? I'm gonna lose it all, aren't I? I think I'm gonna lose all that stuff because I can't remember the password. I just looked at the damn thing too. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus Christ. I had a bad feeling about that. No, I can't join my game again. You gotta be kidding me. Pretty sure it was this. That's not it. No. And I already tried that. Oh. You know what I could do? Actually, I got an idea. A good way to solve this. No, not that. Let's see here. I need to go to this. See if I can hurry up here. Oh, I can't do it. I was gonna say I can watch my footage right now. And I can't scroll back through my own footage right now because I'm recording this stuff as is. Oh, motherfucker. I had a bad feeling that this was going to happen. Oh, no, it wasn't that. Oh, man. Come on. No. All right, one more try. No, that wasn't it either. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna lose all that stuff. Because I'm retarded. It doesn't work. Oh my god, man. Like, I glanced at it right before I did it, too. Wow. And not a big deal, because it wasn't really, like, that important. Was it the name wrong? No. Okay, fine. Well, I mean, I guess we're screwed out of all that stuff. Now it just looked like a big asshole on screen. Whatever. It happens. It happens.
Good day.
Clearly an operator error there. You know what's fucked up is I'm gonna end up looking back at the footage and be like, what was the name of that thing? And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So much for transferring gear. Let's get our skeleton army back. Most of it was crap. I mean, it was just, what was it? The Berserker's Hauberk and Flawless Skull. I mean, that's something. Whatever, whatever. And some prayers. Oh, and a couple of L runes, which aren't worth shit. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, well, let's go back to the jungles. I guess the Great Marsh is probably our best bet. Sometimes it's just a dead end. There's sometimes when you go into the Great Marsh and it's nothing. You just come up here, you get the waypoint, and that's it. And then you have to go all the way back. I'm a little disappointed in myself. No, I haven't been drinking that much. It isn't that. I promise. Hey, look at that, we got an ETH room. Should have waited to transfer my gear. Actually, no, I take that back. I should have done that before I started the stream. That's what I should have done. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. probably for the best, though. Losing some of that gear. I mean, except for the runes. Actually, the runes and the flawless skull. The skull we can get later on. The L rune is the first rune on the list. It's like the lowest. I don't want to say it's the lowest level rune because technically speaking, it and the Eld rune both share the same level. So it's not really the lowest. It's the lowest tier rune, I should say. So as far as losing it, I mean, the problem is that if you have 3 of them, you can transmute them into an Eld rune. And as far as the flawless skull goes, I mean, once we get into the higher difficulties, you'll end up finding, instead of flawed gems and chip gems and stuff, you'll just get flawless gems. Well, not just that, you'll get the next tier down too, but whatever. I'm still a little salty. I'll shut up about it now, though. Let's just let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Not going in the direction of the damn cities. So maybe we should actually turn around. Let's go, I guess this way somewhere? What's probably going to end up happening is we're going to end up having to go back to the Flayer jungle. And then go up from that way. That's usually the way it goes. I'm pretty sure the next area we need to go to is the lower Karast. If memory serves correctly. Take that as well, because of course I will. Maybe the game's like being really kind to me, and it's like, we know that you fucked up. We know. So here you go. Here's a replacement set. It's okay, Magicide. It's alright. Just continue to play. We got you covered. You know, I would just run through this and in an attempt to actually get to the next area, but you know, I really don't want to skip out on the experience. And besides, hey man, those uniques aren't going to find themselves. Let's go this way. I didn't really, wasn't really expecting to find all this stuff, but hey, we'll take it. No reason to stick around. Pretty rune-tastic tonight. Getting lots of them. If only this was a higher tier difficulty, we can actually get some runes that matter. God damn it. Now we're back at the beginning, so we know we're going the wrong way. What a waste of goddamn time. It's a problem with starting this area over again like that. Our first game was perfect, man. The layout was awesome. Just really easy to navigate. No hassles. So that means that we're gonna have to go through the flared jungle to get there. So far, I've only found two: the Blood Crescent and the Nagel Ring. Oh, look at that! Nice. So it's either the Cathar set, or I think the Angelic set has a ring. My money's on Cathar's. God damn, I'm good. It's only really good if you're playing a melee character. So let's look at the mini map here. Okay, I think it's probably worth my time to actually go back to town and sell this stuff, and then just use the waypoint at this point.
Yes.
That can be sold. That can be sold. That's garbage. And I think we can make a flawed emerald, flawless emerald. All right. Small consolation for my my screw up earlier, I suppose. Like you really don't have to do this. You could just wait till later difficulties, and then you end up finding all these gems. But I'm going to. Oh, I guess we'll just put you there. Alright. Very good. Let's proceed. remember if when we walked over here, if we actually hit the flare jungle or not. I don't think we did. Oh, mother trucker. Oh, you gotta be freaky deaky kidding me. So if we scroll through here. Wow. So it's actually probably more worth our time to actually just start off from the beginning, because like I was saying before, the Great Marsh sometimes can be just a complete dead end. And it exactly is this time. It's very disappointing. And if we're gonna go back to this spider forest, well, might as well just start over from the beginning. Wow, that really sucks. Seems like the trend is to come over here to the east, so that's what we should do. Finish up the Gidbin quest to actually recruit the her mage characters, mercenaries, peons, those guys. Not a big deal. We'll hit that up on our way back into town. I'm just looking to actually just hurry on through the Kurast Bazaar, or excuse me, I think it's Lower Kurast first. I think it is, if I remember. It's either the Bazaar or it's Lower Kurast. And to find the last piece is kind of a pain because I got to go through potentially all of these like little sub dungeons, like the disused Fane, and then there's like some. The sewers. They could be in any one of them. Come on, where is this place? Why, game? Why? Where's the goddamn player jungle? Should probably be paying attention to my mages, my magi. It's kind of funny how the RNG works in this game, because, you know, if you've been paying attention to the monsters I've been finding, is that sometimes you go through this entire section without actually seeing like the mosquitoes or some of these other monsters and whatnot. And other times you'll almost fight them exclusively. Can we get out this way? No, this is a complete dead-end motherfucker. This is the one part of Act 3 that I don't mind it, actually. I mean, if I'm being completely honest. But in times like this where you just really want to progress and not dick around with this shit, it just sucks. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so the flare jungle has got to be over here in this section of the minimap. It has to be. There's no other place for it. My mages keep getting out of position here and keep dying. Getting a lot of rings this run too. Last time's a charm, I suppose. I swear, the way I'm playing this game, how slow I'm going, like for Christ's sakes, I'll almost be like level 50 by the time I'm done with normal. And then, you know, I'll get to Act 1 Nightmare, and then my character will die because of a desync. The game will completely desync, and then I'll try to exit out of the game, and there'll be an issue with it. And then I'll boot the game back up, and then find out my character's a ghost. That's very Diablo. It's happened before. Nice. More runes. That's the other reason why I'm not really that pissed off about actually having to go through the jungle like this. More items. I do have that magic find. That's what we're trying to do. Although I would like to find some actual necromancer gear. Or at least something I can make, you know, with the runes. That would be really helpful. Wow, we just did a complete circle. I'm telling you, I'm saying, you know, it's like when you're live streaming, everything that could go wrong goes wrong. Or just about. There's always something. It's always something that throws the proverbial wrench into the gears. And I'm not like so much of a perfectionist where I'm like trying to be unrealistic here or something. It's just here's our way through. Here it is. Welcome to the flare jungle, you dumb bastard, you. time. One of the side effects of playing this game for so many years. I think I will take that mana potion. It was nice to see that there were like two different I don't want to say uniques. Special monsters, you know, the ones that actually drop some additional stuff. Those guys. It's actually happened a couple times. Alright, let's go over here and regulate. Getting all kinds of flawed gems here is really handy. Autopilot. It's the nice thing about this build. And we get another level. So if I took a look at this, still the same amount of skeletons. I think I need to get another level of our boner shield. This is where the kid bin would have been. But since we already acquired it. And that's a dead end. Thought I saw something there. Oh, you want to know something? The one thing we are looking for is actually the waypoint here. We have not found that yet. Something to keep in mind. So even if we do end up into Colossus, I'm going to need to backtrack for it. Yep. Well, maybe not. Still in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Leave the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Is Guns N' Roses, you know, considered cock rock, or is it considered rock and roll? I think I've heard both. I'm gonna have to double check my guide for that. I don't remember if a stag bow was something that I can use. I don't remember. Could look now, but I'm gonna look later. Let's go back to the west here. Because what I'd really hate to do is have to backtrack in the event that I don't find the waypoint. very sigh of relief.
Hello.
Hello.
That's garbage. Garbage. 7% is shit now. Don't need that. You know what I should probably do is turn in that quest and actually repair my gear a little bit. Been a little while since we last did that.
Now that fewer of the Iron Wolves are needed to guard the dockside, some of them have volunteered to accompany you free of charge.
What about you? I want to hire you. Okay, so we can make the next higher tier topaz. And that looks like all I can do for the moment. Okay. Lower crust. That's the next place. I was pretty sure it was lower crust. Not the bazaar, because I was pretty sure I was remembering correctly that you had to go through lower crust first and then to the bazaar, and not the other way around. If there wasn't a well sitting over here, I was just about to remark about how I really wish I had a stamina potion on me. Superior light crossbow with 2 sockets. Again, I'll just take a look at my guide. Might have to do that sooner than later. I do have to say, it'd be really nice to actually find some superior socketable gear that wasn't weapons at this moment, because I could make my character level. I could make at least a couple different helmets. I can make Nadir, and I forget the other one. That one that's like I think like level 27. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think I have the runes for it yet, but that's besides the point. It'd be nice to actually have the option to, you know, because I actually have the requisite gear. Nice. A life charm. So yes, you do want to have life charms. And just replace them as you go on. And as I said before, I'm really trying to replace the ones that I do have with ones that have double modifiers. Although I'm going to have to take a look at Ari at Summit because I don't remember what the actual, whatchamacallit, as far as like the affixes about what the most you can get, like say on a small charm versus a medium charm or a grand charm. I'll have to double check. It's kind of important if you're playing at min-maxing that kind of stuff. guys. Would have been good. Could have. Just need those 2 sockets, baby. Actually, I do need to replace that scroll of identifier. Like I said, I always try to keep one in my inventory just on the fly.
Impossible.
Yep, there's the gid bin. See if this actually connects. I think it just might be a dead end. And it totally is. So I think in the interest of my minions here, I think I'm going to end up having to put a couple more skill points into bone armor, and then eventually dump a point or 2 into the Golem Master to make him a little bit stronger. Actually, I don't remember which. Let's take a look. So it gives him more life, more damage, attack bonus, slows enemies. And this gives you run, walk speed, and attack bonus, and a little bit more life. They're both kind of beneficial if you're looking to make your beefcake a little bit more beefy. The Yabguid Succession series is going fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. I just got done about 4 hours of episodes before I did this. Before I came on here and live streamed some D2. I was planning on jumping back in, but I am neglecting my my EU4 campaign. Simply because I just got that really big war, the really big one with super overpowered Ming and its tributary that I share a border with. I just have not been looking forward to it at all, so I've been dreading it. So I've been procrastinating. That's my excuse. That's what I'm sticking with. Oh, we're finally here in Lower Karast. Waypoint. Some more garbage. It's alright. So as usual, I'm gonna scout around for the waypoint to make my life a lot easier. Conquer along my way. You rage quit your campaign, how come? Paradox is not high on your list at the moment. I feel you. I mean, there's some times where it's like I've got such a hypercritical analysis of that company, and it's not its DLC policy that I don't like. It's just the fact that it's like it sticks all these like quality of life features inside their expansions, and I feel like personally that their quality of life features should be free features, along with their free content patch, you know, that shit, and not part of the goddamn paid expansion. But that's just me. Besides the first couple of campaigns I've ever played in CK2, and the times that I've made mistakes where like my game would update to a new patch, and I didn't know that you're not supposed to do that, you know, when I first started, I don't think I've ever rage quitted a game of Crusader Kings 2, that is. Although I could see somebody making the case that I I guess, kind of sort of rage quitted my Game of Thrones campaign as Noth, because that was fucking bullshit. It was just jankiness. That's what I'm saying. Dumb AI. Crusade has 70%. Sounds very specific. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I understand how it goes. Sounds like you got hosed. The great Paradoxian hose, that is. So usually when you come into these, the actual city areas and you're looking for the waypoints, usually they're like kind of in the meaty middle portions. For those not in the know. Let's dump some of this stuff.
Greetings.
What do we got here? No. Shit. And better than one that I have. Okay, so I have this superior light crossbow. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty low level item. So let me just consult my guide here. I just want to double check. Let's see here. Crossbow. I can spell. No. Lots of high level stuff. The answer is no. So I can pretty much sell it. You know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll actually put that guide on like Google Docs for everybody to download. So that way, when I'm sitting there talking about my guide or how to maximize this stuff, at least you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh shit, I forgot about the stag bow. I'll look at that later. So, stop screwing around with that. Patch 1.24. Which patch was that? Which expansion was that subsequent part of? Is that food? Oh, fantastic. You know what? I was actually going to tell you about that. I'm starving. That's it? No fries? That's okay. Thank you. Live streaming. 1.24. I think I'm still stuck on like 1.22, maybe. I think that's the patch that I started that whole CK2 Lombard crossover mega campaign. I think that's what I started. I think it was 1.22. So I actually, you know what? Actually, I take that back. I was just about to say that I haven't downloaded the latest patch, but it did download the latest patch. The way it worked before is if you reverted your patch to an earlier patch, and Paradox released one, that you wouldn't start downloading it until you just set it to, you know, no beta patches, and then it would download the latest patch. But now, for whatever reason, it actually just straight up downloaded the patch, even though I was on an earlier patch. I mean, the one before that, the one before the one that they released the Japan patch on, if that makes sense. Oh, that was kind of a mouthful. Oh, let's see here. Kuras Bazaar. You know, since DDR Jake is the one that's actually heading EU4, it would be really nice to see DDR Jake actually concentrate on the continent of Africa, and I'm not talking about North Africa, I mean like sub-Saharan Africa. But truth be told, I would really love to see them, or him and his team, really improve the New World, North and South America. Because even though there was the Conquest of Paradise expansion ages ago, I just still think that that entire area is so, like, bland. It's just not threshed out. And not only that, but, like, when you play as any of those groups around there, it's insane. It's almost impossible. I tried doing the Cherokee's no Trail of Tears so many damn times. Either I just suck at the game, or it's just impossible. I don't know. I'm undecided. I know I'm not like some sort of pro in the game, but I know I don't suck, so I don't think it's me. Or, you know, to be very honest, it'd be nice to see them actually just do like an entire expansion that's dedicated to its like paganism and the like primitives. And I mean that in the most non-ethnocentric possible way possible. I mean primitives in the context of the game. Can't believe I actually had to make sure people understood that. Although I'm pretty sure that they've already kind of like teased it a little bit, that the next patch I think is going to be focused on like the Indonesian archipelago, in that entire area, like Malacca. I mean, the area does need work, but I just think that other areas need more work. Did they work on Africa? I think they worked on like the Mamluks and like the Egyptian area. Am I mistaken? Maybe I'm remembering something wrong. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not sure. I don't know. Are you talking about like maybe like 2 years ago? Because I vaguely remember them actually having like a development diary talking about improving fetishists and some of the like the Central African nations. Are you talking about that? Because I kind of sort of remember that. I think maybe. Yeah. Okay. So we are talking about the same thing. Was it? I could have swore it was like at least about 1.5 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago? I thought it was like 2015, really. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. So anyways, here in the bazaar, we need to actually find some of the little sub-dungeons to go into to find the other piece. And the waypoint, as always. Of course. I think at this point it's probably just expected. Okay, so no dungeon there. Usually there's like an entrance over here on the side. Okay, we got one of the, I think one of the temple dungeons over here. The disused Fane, just like I was talking about. Gotta watch out though. This place will crush you if you're not careful. It's already smashing through all my skeletons. Shit, all my skeletons. Motherfucker dead.
I need money.
Let's get another mana potion. There we go, the very rare experience shrine. You don't see those too often. I mean, you don't see those things too often as is, but you really don't see those things too often later on in the game after, like, the first 2 acts. So it looks like we're gonna get bamboozled here. Yep. None of the good stuff. Oh, god damn it, I didn't mean to click on that. Son of a bitch! Making even more mistakes. So, for those of you that are just now joining us, I tried to do a little bit of a transfer probably about 45 minutes ago, and I completely forgot the password, or at least I was typing it in incorrectly, even though I glanced at it right before I left the game. One of those types of things. It was very embarrassing. Didn't really lose anything too important, but still. You know, I'd actually really I'd rather avoid the sewers and actually explore the other areas first, because the sewers are long. I've got all these like little narrow areas, which really sucks for my build. Just looking for the way down right now. Because if the next piece is down here, it's going to be in the second floor, in the treasure box. And if not, it's just going to be a treasure box full of gold. Actually, the heart. I think I started playing XCOM 2 back in early September. I mean, you'd think I'd be done with the campaign by now, but you know, honestly, I just really haven't been motivated. I very much enjoy playing the game. It just, you know, I started producing episodes and content for it, but it's like nobody was watching it. I mean, like the first, say, 5 episodes or something, I would publish it, and, you know, even after a week after I published it, there'd be no views. So, you know, a part of me was just like, well, what the fuck is the point of me actually doing episodes for it if nobody's watching it? I mean, you could say that I'd be playing the game just for myself, but, you know, I wouldn't be going through all the trouble of actually, you know, editing and exporting and uploading and all the rest of that bullshit if it was just for myself. So, I'm hoping to maybe finish that campaign before the end of January. At least that's my plan. Kind of what I'm hoping for. I would say by the end of this month, but, you know, we do have Christmas and New Year's and all that nice stuff. So it's gonna be a little while. Besides, I don't really know realistically how much left I have left in the campaign. Besides, I was kind of letting the like the Crusader Kings 2 and the EU4 stuff, I was kind of letting that stuff be my main series, you know, the ones that I really focused on, while, say, the XCOM 2, and when I was still doing Legend of Grimlock, it would be just kind of something I would do every once in a while. You know, at least consistently every once in a while. Excuse me. But now that I look at it, I'm like, I don't really like that, because it's just like you have that one series that's just lingering on and on and on, and it's taking you forever to do it, and then eventually it just, you kind of lose your way, kind of lose that whole like motivation or the whole reason why you started doing it in the first place. So I think I'm just going to dedicate myself to it once I actually get some extra time after the holidays. And as far as, like, you know, replacing some of the other series, like the Legend of Grimlock, well, kind of looking at it. Started live streaming. And speaking of which, for any of you out there wondering what's up with the Hand of Fate 2 series that I've been live streaming, is that I'm kind of stuck at a point in the game where I'm kind of like being bottlenecked by RNG. So I'm trying to actually progress a little bit on my own and then continue on, because there's, I think, a couple of cards that I actually really need to unlock before I'm able to really progress anymore. So think of it as like technical difficulties, I suppose. Like, I don't really want to just make episodes of me repeating the same shit that I did before. That's stupid. I'd rather just do that by myself. There's no reason to make episodes out of that. Unless, of course, that's what everybody wants. I mean, if I got, like, some emails or some comments saying, hey, man, we want to watch you, you know, repeat this stuff, you know, please make those into episodes. I will. I mean, I do it. But I just sit there and I'm thinking it more of along the lines of, I guess, a pragmatic context. It just doesn't seem like something that people would want to tune in for. So that's why I haven't been live streaming it. And I've been more focusing on Diablo 2 here. Oh yeah, of course I remember the old XCOM. Who doesn't? It was a stellar game. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I have a feeling that this fucking thing is probably way up here. And I'm gonna have to backtrack all the way up there. Please, game, don't make me do that. Oh, please. Connect. Oh, thank you. I hate the sewers. I hate it. This is like a huge time sink. on, my minions. Take care of these assholes for me. Oh, where is this thing? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll make sure that I consistently have EU4 and CK2 always available. As a matter of fact, I was kind of thinking about doing just a straight up EU4 campaign instead of doing a CK2 export holdover thing. Although I'm debating with myself about who to play. Where is this freaky deaky place? Come on. Just looking for the way down. That's it. This is where map hack would come in handy. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I know I didn't want to buy the fucking thing. Oh, look at that. I think that's Saigon's belt. Nice. I mean, I swear, all of these areas here just led up back to the bazaar. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. Yeah, to up. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna go back up. I'm gonna say fuck it. I don't care. If it's in the sewers, then goddamn the sewers. So what we're looking for now is the some of the temples and things. Which there is the causeway, and I'm fairly certain that the heart can actually spawn in one of those dungeons, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I was thinking about doing an achievement running EU4. I just, like I said, I just haven't really decided on which I wanted to do yet. And being my, like, first true EU4 campaign that I'd be doing a Let's Play series on, I was thinking about doing something fairly lightweight, I guess. You know, nothing, like, incredibly easy that you're supposed to get. Nothing like that, but something pretty low impact. But still something at least interesting enough that people want to watch. I don't know. I'll scroll through it. The achievements list and find something. Originally, I thought about Portugal, because there's a couple of the Portuguese achievements that I haven't gotten yet. There's the one where you actually have to own all of the Caribbean, and there's the other one where you actually had to own like a province in Africa, you had to own a province in the archipelago, and I think you had to own a province in like the Cape. I still haven't got that achievement, so I was considering doing that one. Is Gold Rush the one where you actually had to get all the... You had to get so many of the, Oh, holy shit, we're in Upper Karast. Oops. Is that the one where you actually had to collect, like 12 or 15 gold mines? You have to form the Golden Horde before 1500. Dude, didn't like DDR Jake just do that? I think. That was his campaign right before this. this last expansion came out, if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember watching portions of it. But at any rate, like, I don't really want to do an EU4 Horde campaign quite yet. Because Brett and I might actually end up eventually exporting our game over to EU4, the CK2 campaign. So I'm kind of holding out for that. Okay, this is what the sewers. Fuck those goddamn sewers. I'm not going back down there. Ruined temple. Be nice if we actually found this shit in here. I'm starving, guys. I need a break. I think if I don't find this thing in here, I think I'm gonna call it the end. Or maybe, no, I won't. I'll wait. I'll actually see this through. If I don't find it here, we'll go through the rest of the bazaar, and I'll go through some of these like little sub-dungeons in an attempt to find it. My entire army was in here. Might be able to do something. Maybe. Come on, shitty AI. Get your asses in here. Well, that was kind of worthless. All right, not here. I don't remember if there was any more sub-dungeons besides those couple and the sewers. No, it is in the sewers. Motherfucker. I was pretty sure that I actually spawned in one of the sub-dungeons, but I'm sadly mistaken. Well, back to the dungeons we must go. So if we look at the mini-map... Oh, okay. Right there. That's where it's at. I didn't notice it before. Gotta walk our nappy asses all the way back to the beginning. Right where we started this misadventure. I actually totally didn't mean to click on that. Operator error. I don't really give a shit about the enemies right now. I just want to get out of here. I need my stuff. We're looking for the brain. Kill the heart. Oops. I'm still there. Here's Saber. Oh. About that time to go back to town.
Good day.
Yes?
So you're garbage, you're garbage. Oh, Erotha's cord. You're garbage, and I need to speak to Alcor. Wasn't Alcor the name of the big, like, teddy bear dragon thing from, what the fuck was that show called? The old 80s movie, The Never-Ending Story. That's what its name was. Falcor. Falcor was his name. That's right.
You have found the book. It should give all of us here some insight into the nature of the prime evils. Ah, but as for you...
I'll take my free...
Once the book has served its purpose, I shall delve into its secrets.
So, I gained a level, I think. Maybe? I don't think I did. It's time for me to actually do another transfer on my own, so I don't look like an asshole on camera. That was embarrassing. Oh, finally. The worst part about it is, I mean, it's kind of a small consolation prize, is that the entire time I've been on the first floor, is that the second floor is really tiny. Alright, so I just got the 1 grand charm. Nice fire resistance. I still haven't found any MF charms yet, which is quite disappointing. Finally. I mean, I guess the good part about us exploring the sewers was the fact that I actually accidentally went up to Upper Kurast, and then I was right next to the waypoint. Just need the flail now.
You have found Khalim's heart, and it still bears the courage to face Mephisto. Place it in the Herodric Cube along with Khalim's other relics.
Alright, folks, that's where I'm going to call it. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I need food, I need a break. And I need to get back to some of my other series, which I'm going to do in a little while. Don't know the next time I'm actually going to live stream again. What is today? Today is what, Thursday? So probably tomorrow night. Tomorrow evening. That looks good. Looking at my calendar right now, and it doesn't look like I have anything on the docket. So tomorrow is a ripe for live streaming. I think I'm going to put Diablo 2 potentially down for tomorrow evening, unless of course there's any objections, and I might actually end up playing some Hand of Fate 2 again. I will play a little bit on my own earlier tomorrow, so I can perhaps unlock a couple of tokens and maybe get through some of the other portions of the game that we haven't explored yet. But thank you very much for joining me. It's been fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. So, as always, you know the deal. Take care and have a good one. I'll see you guys later.